we're back. Another episode. For those that have been listening, God bless. And those that are new, God bless as well. And before we start, we're going to pray. Lord, thank you so much for, once again, for being here, God, and strengthening us and lead us into the absolute truth. In your holy name, I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
So we have someone we've had before. Welcome, Diego.
Oh, yes. I'm glad to be here again.
That's great. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good stuff.
How you been, man? How you been?
How's things so far?
No, things are going all right. I hope everybody's having a blessed start to their week, by the way.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whoever's listening as well.
Absolutely. What's anything new with you lately?
Well, I guess what you could say is new is, well, I guess as you guys know, and some other people in our group know, recently it was I was laid off from my most recent job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was laid off, and I knew why I was laid off, but then at the same time, I'm like, oh, why is this happening? At an interesting time, especially.
Yeah.
Because, it's like the weather's starting to get nicer,
Mm-hmm.
and then, I don't know, just a lot of thoughts in my head going on, and I'm thinking, I really won't have much to do.
Oh, right.
And then you guys were quick to remind me, but utilize this time to get closer to God, or learn to get closer to God.
So in this time that you got laid off, like, it seems like, did you go out of your way to reach out to jobs, or were you just like, I'm just gonna wait and trust on God? Like, what was your first reaction? Be honest,
I will be honest. Probably in my first week, so I was laid off for 3. I was laid off indefinitely, but then I found work 3 weeks later, which today I actually started my first day at my new job. But the point is, going back to that first week of being laid off, definitely some weird sensations there, because I'm just a person that's so used to just going to work, and I've never knew what not going to work is like.
Right.
Knowing I don't have a job, but looking for work, I will say probably in the first few days of that week, I will say I was just looking at Indeed a lot, just looking at, scrolling and applying at whatever seemed attractive to my interests.
Oh, like the first week when you got laid off, you say?
Yeah, I'm referring to that week.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then after that, like, what kind of happened after that?
I just thought, well, mind you, I did get some emails back. Even one job interview, which was prior to the week of getting laid off. I had a job interview, if you remembered, which that seemed like it went well, and it seemed like a promising job, but just something didn't sit right with me afterwards. Especially with some of the jobs I was looking at, because it just seemed like some of those jobs were just going to take up too much of my free time, or especially time with the Lord, meeting up with you guys for Bible studies or readings at Barnes and Noble.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
That's it. Yeah.
No, yeah.
It was a lot.
I know. Especially.
A lot of thinking.
What happened?
A lot of thinking.
Yeah, no, for believers, how do I say this? Because in the secular world, right, you can pretty much just like, how do I say this? And I believe we've spoken it before, but we haven't spoken necessarily too deep. You know what I mean by like organic and artificial blessings?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to touch on that subject because I believe we've spoken about it before on the episodes. I'm not sure, but for a believer, it's challenging. But it depends, right? What kind of believer? I guess you could say.
Right. Yeah.
For a believer is just scratching the surface. They believe that. Basically, the quote that I ended the previous episode. Like, don't let your ambitions dictate what you want to do for God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only just don't let your ambitions dictate what you want to do for God, but also you're also determining that your desires and goals, you think that God's going to align with you in that. So essentially believers have they're go-getters. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's definitely not a bad thing to be have the go-getter personality. It means, you are determined to get a task done or get tasks done within a certain time frame, and it's a part of somebody's character for sure.
Yeah. But there can be also negative consequences to that.
Yeah.
In regards to go-getter, because I mean, as a believer, you're not necessarily. We know that we have to work to eat.
Yeah. No, we definitely do have to work to eat. But here's the problem, like, the thing is that, like, since we live, we do live in this country where, like, we can find jobs anywhere.
Literally, bro.
At any time, right?
You could
get a job tomorrow.
And people say, like, oh, I ate, right? But the only thing about the physical bread, and then when it comes to the spiritual bread, which, comes from God, then they don't really consider that part of it. Mm-hmm. They don't consider the part of, like, is this really going to get me closer to God or farther away from God?
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, oh, wow, this is a higher paycheck. This is from God. But we look at scripture. Who is the best man that has come out of a woman?
Mm-hmm. John the Baptist.
His name was John the Baptist.
Jesus said that.
A hobo in the wilderness.
Technically,
who legit ate crickets and honey.
Grasshoppers, yeah.
And Christ was like, he's one of the best men has come out of a woman. So we're so fixated on, like, building the tower, continue to growing and building that tower.
You know what? I want you to find that verse.
No, I'm going to.
But back onto what Diego said and what Job saying, like, having a what was that? Go getter.
Having a go-getter mentality, I said it's not exactly a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing, right?
It's definitely a part of somebody's character, as I mentioned, but I don't think that should be somebody's identity either.
Correct. I like how you said that. And adding to what Joe just said about how, like, we don't consider, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that will bring you closer or keep you away.
Right.
Or minimize the time, or it will dwindle your flame before the Lord. And so it's almost like there's like again our brother Wilmer, he mentioned how, like, there's these little sacrifices you're gonna have to make along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you walk with God.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did want to emphasize a little bit on the story. Like, I did want to emphasize, so one of my good friends, he was telling me about a job opportunity. Well, actually, to be honest, it was 2 job opportunities, 2 potential ones, but I didn't really think of much of it. But then he told me about it, and I tried at the one spot, and then I just knew right from the bat it wasn't meant to be, because somehow because I called the guy first, I called the boss, and I asked him, got openings, yes, yada yada, and then he said, yes, I do have a job openings. And then a few days later, I called him back because I wanted to, get back in touch with them to see what he had to offer, or what else was there, because I wanted a better description of the job. And then call him back. I think called him initially on a Monday, and then I called him on a Thursday of that week. And then I call him, he picks up the phone, and he asked me, oh, who's calling? I was like, oh, no, it's me, Diego, calling, from Monday. Remember our conversation? And then literally he hangs up on me.
Oh, really?
Like, legit?
Yeah, legit. Like, the call just, like, ended. So I just knew, he definitely hung up on me.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, you didn't tell us that. This is the first time I hear this.
Yeah, no, this is new.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that? Knowing that you could have had an opportunity.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid opportunity that, it was meeting characteristics, especially with good hours. But then I realized, then that's not where God needs me. Then, or He doesn't want me to be there. Maybe.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, we've said this before.
I was convinced at that point.
You know, for those who don't know, he likes the idea of, you know, driving semi trucks.
Yeah.
Right. And that seems to be like his passion.
Yeah.
But not, you know, not just you, like other believers.
No,
sometimes God doesn't really care about your passions.
Like you have,
not that like he doesn't care in a disrespectful way.
No. Yeah.
He just okay.
It's more like that's great.
It's
like,
cute.
But here's what I have for you. It's my will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, the last episode we recorded, we talk about how like we don't have free will. And we don't. And I'm firm with that. We only have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that has free will is God, because He can will to whatever He wants. He declares, like we said before, if that is eternal or if that is not eternal. He's God. He can do whatever He wants. So for you to say that you can involve your passions and desires and goals into His will, you know, you're kind of foolish for that.
Yeah.
It's kind of foolish to be like...
And I know that's hard to hear.
that almost... Oh, gone.
No. That's just hard to hear.
I was going to say, by what Brian just said, now that I think about that, that almost sounds disrespectful, Lord, if you're trying to put your passions ahead of Him, or if you're trying to dictate, like, you know, you're trying to dictate to God that, no, this is my passion, this is what I want to do, and I want you to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like you're disrespecting God.
I mean, think about it. It's like you're putting your goals and dreams as if it's equal to God. It's not. That's nothing to God. Think about it. Like, not even the seraphims, who are like literally next to God, who are like way like, you know, they're probably so majestic. I bet you they don't even do that. They do God's will. All they do is say holy, holy, you know, all day long, right?
Yeah.
So it's like to say that you are gonna put your goals and dreams right next to God's standards or God's playing field, you're a fool.
Oh yeah,
Quite honestly, like when you had told us that you were, you know, they're letting you go, right?
yeah.
Like, I was kind of like excited for you. Now that's gonna sound ridiculous for some people.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're selfish, blah blah, whatever. But to me, the reason why I was like excited was because like this is good.
In a way,
Yeah.
like
He need, like in my opinion, like you need this,
Yes, absolutely,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Now other people who get fired, you deserve it because you never got your act together. You should have known to do better.
Yeah.
But that wasn't necessarily your case. You were giving it your all.
Yeah, you were doing your
Yeah,
best. Yeah.
Perhaps you just couldn't deal with the poor management or whatever that may be. But I thought in my head, I was like, no, this is a good thing for you, man. Right?
yeah, like I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but yeah, that's my last job. Yeah, especially the environment with the management. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, and yeah, I did my best at my job, and it just wasn't the place for me. And, you know, God decided to put that in their hearts to let me go.
No, so that's why when you told me that,
It sounds weird. Like, you know, if somebody who, like you mentioned, like somebody who's not a believer, like me saying this or you saying, I'm excited that you got like fired. Or
oh no,
got
I
laid
know.
off.
I don't know what they're gonna think.
Oh, they would think it's absolutely stupid.
You see,
They would-
people,
yeah.
people would see it as like a bad thing. They would be like, guys, pray for me. Pray for you for what? Like, what do you mean? Like, so that you can have another job the same way, or you can get a better job that like gives you a higher pay? Like, what do you mean by praying? Do you mean like so God can mold you in that process? Like, what type of prayer are we talking about?
Yeah, because exactly, right? Because I have like I'm not trying to put you on like under the bus here, but like when you got the Chatham job, like wherever you work, did you initially ask God?
No, I didn't ask God for it. So,
And that happens with a lot of many. I would say some believers, many
Yes,
believers. Like
yes.
then after something happens, then they want prayer now.
Yes.
You
It's-
didn't even
it's-
ask prayer for the first
in
time.
the first time. Correct.
or even
correct.
consult God.
Yeah.
Now you want
yeah.
consultation.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
in yes, it's good. But now you want prayer because you just applied to another place and now you're hoping that this one pans out.
That was my mentality right there. Like, just applying to places blindly, and I'm like, I'm praying to God, like, God, like, help me get this.
And the thing is, we don't want to be cornered or be against the wall with the sword because we're like, oh my God, the bill is coming. Like,
Right.
Or I have to tap into my savings and all that. But I'm like, but you're okay though.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sleeping in the street.
No.
You're not a hobo.
Yeah.
Like you're not like John the Baptist, like just randomly wandering around.
Right.
Like you have, where you can shower.
Mm-hmm.
You have money to eat.
Yeah.
And we think like because the culture is like that in America. We're like in this survival mode.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You're tweaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right. It's just like when you, Brian and Oscar, were telling me about what I was going through, or even at first I was actually not understanding it at first.
No, yeah, I could tell. I could tell you. There's like friction. You're almost like
I was confused.
Probably. I don't think confused. I think you were just like being challenged because like, oh my God, these kids, like these guys, they're just.
I don't understand.
They're willing to just give up.
Yeah. No, like you said before, like when we hang out, you were like, dude, no one, not even at churches have actually spoken to me like this, like saying like, basically what we were telling you is literally what every church should say. Just trust God. They say that, but do they really know do they understand what that means? Like when we explained it to you, then you were like, whoa, like no one has ever really like said this to me, and we're just going based off of what Scripture says.
Well, I'm gonna say, like, that's not. I'm definitely now. I know, at least within our circle, I know I'm definitely not the first person to say it now because, you had a conversation with one of our female friends that's in our group. Yeah, no names mentioned here, but yeah, even she said on Sunday that we had the talk with her, and she said, well, you were especially having the talk with her, Oscar, and she said, wow, like I can't believe no one at church, and whether it's my current church or at my past church, like, nobody's talked to me this way. And she was almost like, not like,
she was just like, I wouldn't even say shocked.
Not shocked, but couldn't understand what was going on.
She was just like, and she was taking it. She wanted this.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. She was humble about it too.
And the thing is like the things that I said to her.
Yeah.
My reaction to when you lost your job. I just see it like this is a good thing.
A good thing.
Right?
Yeah.
A good thing because in your case, right, you have now time that the job takes away from you for you to meditate in God.
Mm-hmm.
Read his scripture.
Yep.
Right? In her case, your friend, she needs to slow down. She can't just escape and run away.
Right.
There is a sense of resisting.
Yes.
But resisting doesn't necessarily mean always to run away.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some scripture where it says run from lust, run away from it.
From lust, yeah.
Right? But you can't, there has to be a balance.
No, yeah, I mean, it says run away from lust, but then other things like in life, scripture doesn't say to run away, but rather to bring it to God and trust God.
Yeah, the more
what I mean?
See, the more I meditate on, or the more I was meditating on what I was so asphyxiated on, just looking for a job, like something, like I was looking for something that, at least originally, I was looking for something that just paid very well, and I wasn't really thinking about the pros and the cons of how it could affect me in my daily life or spiritually. And then I come to find out that really, like, the pay, I mean, of course, the pay does matter, but it really, it did, but it didn't matter at the same time.
Like, it wasn't something you should be focused on. Is that what you're saying?
Yes and no. I would like to say yes and no, because yes, definitely you should be worried about the pay, but in the sense no, because at least you would want to be somewhere where you're at least making enough to to survive or pay your bills, necessities. That's when I really thought that mattered the most in the end.
Right.
Yeah, so the job I'm at now, I just started. I stumbled across that through one of my friends. Well, yeah, I stumbled across it through my friends, and then funny thing is, he discovered it before even me, so I wasn't even looking for that. And then I just walk into the office, and they say, "Oh, like, you know, you're looking for a job."
And then you have the job now, right?
Yeah, you know, they just told me, "Oh, come try out one of these days."
And let me ask you, how's your schedule?
Okay, it's not your average 9 to 5, but I get in at 5 in the morning, and I'm getting off anywhere between, let's say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I still pretty much have the day to myself, and you know, definitely have time to, you know, especially catch up with Brian and Oscar, read scripture, or even if it was on my own time.
Yeah, so that's why.
Or meditate. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like excited when you know, when he lost his job, because I was like, this is good for him to administer and administrate his time with God and being diligent. How important it actually is. Like, because I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Time management.
Our lives as believers are completely different from the secular world, bro. Like, it's not going to be the same.
Dude,
and they're not going to understand. There's just no shot they're going to understand.
Exactly.
That be you Catholic, Orthodox, or Protestant. It's just our life is different.
It's very different.
At any moment you try to make it similar to the secular, it's because you want it to be the same.
Correct. Absolutely.
You know? And we're in America, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's a good... we were having this conversation, too, that, like, the sacrifices that we make versus other people making sacrifices in the world, they're different. They're all in different levels, right? But over here, we live in a country that's very materialistic.
Oh, way too materialistic.
Very competitive.
Yeah, I was going to say the competition, because, you know, everybody wants the latest thing or the next best thing.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, because, like, you know.
Or you want to be the best at everything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it is. That be career, sports, music, no matter what.
Right.
It's already systematized.
Right.
It's so artificial now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the only way to even have a taste of a taste of organic, of that organic blessing, is you kind of just have to, like, not trust in the system and kind of trust in God.
Yes.
Not kind of, like, fully trusting God.
Fully trusting God. Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think there's a sense of lust to that. I guess lust for competition, lust for ambition.
Yeah, the lust of life. Exactly. Yeah.
So, you know, like, lust doesn't only... I've realized, at least maybe throughout the last 2 to 3 years, yeah, that's a good time frame. But yeah, I've realized that lust is not only sex related. You could have lust.
It's not.
You could be lustful towards other things that are completely unrelated to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can lust over a lot of things.
Some people lust over money. Some people lust over careers. Lust over ambition.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you could. Yeah, like I said, you could lust for anything. In
Yeah.
life.
Absolutely.
Do you want to read the verse? Because I believe you have it.
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Before I read this, right? Like, we're gonna read something like, when I first read it, I was like, wow, it really amazed me. But this right here, this what we're about to read, really reminds me of, like, everything that's going on right now. So I'm about to read it right now. It's Luke chapter 14, verse 25, all the way to 35.
Okay.
All right. So it says here, now great crowds were traveling with him. So he turned and said to them, doesn't that sound familiar, right? A great crowd. What's happening now? Everybody wants to follow Christ all of a sudden. Everybody. So Christ, he turned.
It's like this emotion.
Yes, this emotion that, like, oh yes, this is so cool. This is
The adrenaline.
that adrenaline.
We're following this guy.
Yes,
this leader.
we're following him. So Jesus, he turns to them. What were you gonna say?
No, because since you read that verse, what book was that?
Chapter? Luke chapter 14.
Okay, yeah. So you were just reading up on that, and I like how it said crowd, and then you brought up, like, oh, like a lot of people are starting to follow Christ right now. And,
Right.
But then it makes me think, for some reason, I feel like on social media, especially, I mean, this is going off topic a little now, but
No, it
I
does
noticed-
tie up with it.
No, I'll tie up with it. Absolutely. Go for
eventually it will. Yeah, you're right. I'll take back what I said.
What
but
verse is that? I'm sorry, before you move forward.
it. Luke chapter 14, verse 25,
All right, cool.
all the way to 35.
I got it. Go ahead and finish what you're going to say, Dave.
Yeah, no, I was saying on second thought, yeah, I'll take back what I just said because, yeah, it does tie in very well because all of a sudden, like
There's a
on
huge
Instagram,
huge
TikTok.
trend.
So
It's a
look,
huge trend.
So look,
Yes,
Instagram,
yes.
TikTok, Facebook, you're seeing all these reels of people following Christ. Like I even showed my friend Brian like the other day. I thought it was quite hysterical. Like the thought of this this Instagram reel and / idea. I thought it was hysterical at the same time, but very disturbing at the same time because it was like a group of Christian women forming this Christian nightclub in LA. And I'm like,
Christian crowd.
You've talked about
Yeah,
this.
we've talked about this
I never
before.
knew
in
like
scripture.
that was actually such a thing. Like
It is. There's one like in Florida, one in Cali.
the one I
And-
saw on
and-
Instagram, it was apparently like in LA or
Yeah,
San
that one,
Diego or something
and,
like that.
and she said supposedly the girl that started it said God told us to start a Christian club.
That's
Yeah,
another
I remember.
conversation.
I sent that to you.
I was like, I don't know what God you're listening to, but
Now, mind you, we're called meanies. Oh, you guys are judging people.
So
Come on, man. We're not judging anybody here.
Nah.
Like you need to know the difference of like who are you speaking to, like, and who are you listening to? Your own consciousness, to your subconscious, like
right?
I think just,
dude, like people forget that they have a conscience too. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what
you
I
can
mean?
talk to yourself in your brain. Like
Yeah.
don't tell me that you don't.
right?
But that's a different conversation though.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
but what you were saying, based on what he just read, you're noticing this trend happening in social media. People are just coming to Christ. You know, people are just coming to Christ, and then you're just like, they're coming to Christ, and they don't understand what that actually
Yes.
genuinely means at a deeper level.
I feel like
Exactly.
a lot of people are doing it out of just pure emotion without even realizing what it actually means. Like, for instance, like just to throw a little humor in there, I was actually laughing. I was dying at one of the comments in that reel about that Christian nightclub in Cali, and one of the comments said, if I'm not mistaken, I think it said club. Darn, I can't even remember the name. It was either, I don't know. It was either like Club Moab or
That's too, bro. I can't.
or
Even.
something like that.
I can't even see. I can't even take these. This
What Club Moab?
And you know what? Like
Something like that.
and when he reads it, you will understand why that brought. Like I understand why that came up into your
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
So if you want to continue reading,
Makes complete sense. So it says here, let me start from 25. Now, great crowds were traveling with him. So he turned and said to them, this is Christ telling them, right? If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Are we still disciples of Christ? Are we? Are we disciples?
Oh man.
Because some Christians believe that we're not disciples. It blows my mind because Christ is pretty clear about this. Are we disciples?
And a disciple is not just someone who follows from a distance.
No, it's not.
You
like
walk,
your average
think
person. No, definitely
like
not.
him in
Yes.
every way.
Yes, absolutely. He is your blood, your breath, everything. Not some symbol, not something that you write down, not something that you go on a Sunday and read. He's your life.
Pretty much, it's everything.
Exactly.
It is everything.
Exactly. Now, moving on. He says, whoever does not bear his own cross. So everybody has to bear their own cross. You're not, you know what I mean? And come after me cannot be my disciple.
Oh.
Now, he moves on to this part, which is really interesting. Pay close attention to what he says here. And you can pause me at any time. For which of you wanting to build a tower doesn't first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, after he has laid the foundation and cannot finish it, all the onlookers will begin to ridicule him, saying, "This man started to build and wasn't able to finish." Now, what do you guys think about that one?
Ooh, that's gonna be. I think this like for literally first came to my mind is that's gonna be one expensive tower because
I'm sorry for the way you said this.
it's an expensive tower in the sense that you're doing it. Essentially, you're doing it at your own cost, meaning you're building that tower at your own risk spiritually.
Oh, I see. No, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. You see,
It's the best way I could kind of describe that. Yeah.
right. So, no, it's interesting. So you're looking at it in this way. You're saying that like when you walk in this walk with God, it's you're going all in. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
So when you're going in this walk with God, are you trying to say that you're going all in with this walk? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I was saying is that's going to be an expensive tower. No, that's not what I was implying. What I was implying was an expensive tower. So pretty much it's like you're challenging God by wanting to keep building that tower.
Ah, okay.
So that's what
That's
I
what
mean
you say with the risk.
Right.
That's what I meant by
Got you.
You're building that tower at your own risk, and that's why I said it's going to be expensive because the consequence will be expensive,
so
and it's going to be tough.
So you understand what this means then, huh?
Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah,
dude.
immediately. So you
Like,
understand.
I don't know how this goes over people's
No,
head.
dude, some people interpret this as like, you see, you have to plan for your life. You see, you have to sit back and plan. Because look, even Christ says, you sit back, otherwise people are going to make fun of you. Well, that's why in the beginning he says, hate your life. Hate your family.
Hating your
brothers,
life
sisters.
would imply that if you started with the foundation, now you just stop building it.
Yes. So how do you interpret this, bro?
Well, for me, for me, it hit me really hard.
Right.
I like the way Diego said it.
No, yeah,
but the way
absolutely.
he's saying
Absolutely.
it is because he sees it from his perspective.
Yes.
To the life that he's living.
Yes, absolutely.
That's perfect the way you said it.
Because of your sacrifices that you've made, because you want to follow God. I feel like that's the reason why you understand it.
But mind you, he's saying it from the perspective of someone who essentially doesn't have or own a business.
Right.
You're just building this lifestyle career, prepping yourself,
right.
doing your thing, challenging God.
Yes.
I like how he said that.
Yes.
When we were reading this, I've read this so many times, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But just recently, kind of just hit me harder because I've always been self-employed, but at the level that I am right now, it's a different kind of self-employment because now that I'm self-employed, I'm also employing others.
Yeah.
It's a lot much of a bigger scale. So what happens is it feels great.
Mm-hmm.
And although God gave me this, it's a blessing that he gave me.
Right.
And sometimes there's a tendency for me to use that towards my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It's wicked.
Right.
It starts to challenge God in those areas. So what starts to happen is that, not that you care about what others think, or mostly family. I could care less what anybody says. Like, of course, they see me building this. Feels good.
Yes. Yeah.
But when we read this, I'm like, what? In other words, at some point, this is something he gave me.
Mm-hmm.
That's foundational.
Yeah.
It's not he didn't give me a tower. He didn't say built a tower.
Right.
He just said, this is a foundation for now.
Yes.
When I read it reminded me like at some point he's going to tell me you're done.
Yeah.
Right. But see, this is from my perspective, not like from Diego, but the way Diego said it was perfect.
Right.
From my perspective, it was coming from as a business owner.
Uh-huh.
So like it hit me hard.
Yeah.
Right. Because the following verses is a king knows when his defeat is.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I read this, I was like, us building the tower is our pride, our ego, our success, our career.
Absolutely.
But we want to be building that tower while thinking we can follow God.
Yeah.
Like that crowd.
So
Right.
exactly. And you know what? When I was reading this, I'm not even joking. I had to read it like a good 15 times, or I don't even know how many times I read it. But I was like, what in the world does this mean? And then it hit me. I was like, so I understand this now. So when he says, for which one of you wanting to build a tower doesn't first sit down and calculate the cost? You know, what do we do in our life?
We're always calculating.
We're always calculating our this risk, that risk, this outcome and that outcome. We're always calculating.
It's every little,
right?
Calculating every little thing.
Right? Always calculating.
But we do it because either we're helping our folks, our siblings.
Yes.
It's because of someone.
Yes. We're always trying to calculate this and that.
So in the context of all of this, because a lot of believers like to say in the context, right? But in this, Christ is describing absolute loyalty.
Yes.
It's what he's describing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like undivided attention to him, while at the same time bearing your own cross.
Yes, absolutely. Now, and what happens when you come to Christ? What does Christ say to us? Deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow me. So that means that tower that you were planning on building,
or if you were already,
already in it,
pretty much destroy it.
Now you got to be like, well, I'm not gonna build it anymore.
And that right there is why I was happy when Diego got fired. No offense.
I mean, now I think it's just I just look back and I'm like, oh yeah, it happened.
Yeah. And also remember, like, even though God provided you this job,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
and you in the beginning weren't okay with it. When I asked you, would you be okay if you did, sanitary stuff?
yeah. So yeah,
You just like, I felt.
I never desired.
I didn't really feel bad, but
of course you didn't.
but
yeah,
I kind of was like, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's like, for instance, the job I have right now. Yes,
and you've learned this because you also know that it can happen with this job too.
So, yeah, anything could happen. They could decide not to keep me too.
Yes.
You'd be like, okay.
Yeah. No, when you're no, go ahead.
I was saying I could walk in tomorrow and they could say, "No, we don't need you anymore." Like, I
yeah.
know it can.
Yeah.
I know it can happen. I mean, hopefully not the case, but if God allows it, then I have to deal with it.
Wow. So like, man, like with God, bro, it's
Can't challenge.
it's like what I'm getting out of this is basically like, yeah, legit. Don't care what people say.
Yeah, because I mean, if thinking about it, previous episode we're saying you don't have free will.
Mm-hmm.
David says, "I am going to give you a sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice my free will.
I'm gonna give my free will
I'm gonna give my free will as an offering.
as an
to
offering.
you."
Yes.
He's giving up his decisions.
Yes.
Okay, once you recognize that, now comes the application.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's the application that we're talking about. I guess you could say that, right?
Yeah.
How if you recognize and you say, all right, I don't have free will.
Mm-hmm.
I just have choices.
Yeah.
I think what I could say is I think what I really learned from getting laid off is that was like the moment I realized, man, so nothing really is forever here. Nothing really is forever.
No,
here.
and you know what, man? Like, honestly, that verse that we've been hearing almost our whole life, we are not of this world. How true do we really believe that verse? You know what I mean? Like, do we really like see that as like, no, we are not of this world. So why should I be conformed to this world? So whatever happens is gonna happen.
Yeah, it's almost like we just give in too easily to our thoughts, and then it just leads us to making rational decisions.
Mm-hmm. And we start,
or at least we think they're rational.
yeah,
We
Right.
think they're rational in our head.
right.
It-
Absolutely.
It's rational.
So continuing to, it says, or what king, this is verse 31, if people are following it, or what king, when he sets out to meet another king in battle, will not first sit down and consider whether he is strong enough with 10,000 men to face one coming against him with 20,000. Otherwise, while the other is still far away, he sends a delegation and requests terms of peace. So then, none of you can be my disciple who does not give up all his own possessions.
Wow, look at that. Even a king who has, a king who has so much to lose, even he understands the concept of surrendering.
So, being a disciple of him, at a certain level in your walk with God, as you abide in Him, you have to be okay with not occasionally, all the time, letting go of your possessions.
Not seasonally, like how they like saying it. It's every season, this and that. It's daily. It's a daily walk.
And I know even by the look you're giving, you're like, oh God.
I remember, you know, when I was laid off, you know, I realized, man, like, you know, we could have everything and then just lose it all in an instant.
Yeah.
That's what I really learned. Like, I always heard people say that for the longest time, but I never really actually believed it till that time. I'm like, oh, like, I'll be honest, in my whole life, like, granted, I've only lived about 30 years, turned 30 in 3 weeks, but the point is, I used to say to myself a lot, I don't think I'm ever going to be let go from a job, and it happened.
Good. I hope you learned your lesson. I hope you learned your lesson.
Literally, I challenged God with that, with saying that, even though it may have been a long time ago, but he remembers that. He remembers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mind you, being an employee, you at least have some sense of security. Mm-hmm. Being an employer,
that's a totally different.
Sometimes there's a sense of just ambiguity and
ambitious,
you don't know what to do, and kind of like it's a lot of things are happening. Mm-hmm. a lot of things are happening.
Well, I think as an employer, or being an employer or being the owner of your own business, well, of course, more is demanded. But definitely. But I think it's easier to be. It's much easier to be more ambitious at that point.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's why he says this, based on exactly what you just said. Therefore, salt is good.
Yes. Yeah.
But even if salt has become tasteless, because salt can become tasteless.
Yeah.
With that, it will be. With what will it be seasoned? It is useless, either for the soil or for the manure pile. So it is thrown out. The one who has ears to hear, let him hear. So basically saying, if you are a believer that is salt and is tasteless, you're pretty much useless.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought that's a little funny. Salt is good.
And you know what? This last part makes so much sense with what everything Christ said, because like if you're a follower of Christ and you're out here pursuing your dreams and goals, what difference does it make for the one in the world also doing the same thing? Mm-hmm. Are you not a follower of Christ? Shouldn't you be different?
You almost don't taste. There's no difference. The taste is the same.
Exactly. It's like the world. Useless.
There should be a different taste. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, so you should look different. Are you kidding me? When they see like that you are giving up things for God, that doesn't make sense. People are gonna be like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this? What's going on?" They're gonna be interested, and they're gonna look at you like there's something wrong with this guy. But it's gonna grab attention. It's gonna be that salt that people will taste.
But I feel like definitely you'll definitely run into that one person who will be very intrigued, and they may not be the ones that think it's weird.
Right?
I think they'd be more intrigued than thinking it's weird.
Yeah, absolutely. They might be like, "Wow, like why are you giving everything up for something you can't see?"
You're salt.
Yes,
that's the season.
Yes, right, you become salt, and then they're just like, interesting. Can you explain to then things start to happen. And how can you be salt? How can you taste like salt if you're pursuing your goals and dreams? If you're still building that tower, if you still haven't surrendered your possessions, all these things, how can you really truly be salt?
Yeah,
the world is gonna look at you like, oh, he's a cultural Christian, or they don't even know that word, but they just automatically see it with their eyes. Oh, this guy's just like, he just checks off the list probably on Sundays. When there's that one guy who goes all out for God, and they're just like, this guy is weird. What is this? Why is this guy doing all? Why is this guy doing all this? Why is he so happy or such at peace all the time when he's giving up all these things? What? Doesn't make any sense.
That's true.
So that verse at the end, and in some translations, the 34, when it talks about the salt, it actually says that salt is useless. It's just to be trampled underneath the feet.
Oh, no. That's in another gospel, but it is. That's what it's meant for.
That's in a different gospel. Oh, yeah.
Imagine. It's to be thrown. That's its use. To be trampled.
To be trampled under the feet. Useless. Christ calls it useless. Useless salt.
So, as believers,
Mm-hmm.
that we give up possessions. Obviously, everybody will give them up accordingly on their walk with God. It's not like it's
Actually,
not like
that's a
one
good-
of our brothers who just like left everything and came to New Jersey, right? Everybody
Yeah.
to a certain capacity, God works with.
Yes.
Right.
And that's a good point you're making because you don't want to do anything with false pretense. Even a tree in nature, you see that it has its moment of growing, stop growing. You know, like what I mean by that is like it has its own like pace, its own pace of growing. So keep that in mind. We are also trees in the eyes of God.
And because you said pace, this is why I wanted to read this verse right here. Hebrews actually 11. I mean, if you can find it, you can find it. I'll just read it.
I got you.
Basically, but without faith, it is impossible to please Him.
Mm-hmm.
For he who comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently, keyword,
Diligently.
seek Him.
Right.
You can't do things cold turkey in certain things.
Yes, exactly.
You walk with Him, abide in Him.
Right.
You follow His commandments, all of that.
Yep.
Abiding Him,
Yes.
believing in Him, trusting in Him.
Mm-hmm.
You might not know all the answers.
Yeah.
That's okay. But as you're trusting in Him, you will recognize diligently to seeking Him.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's another verse here too that I wanted to, if you don't mind me sharing with you guys. The end of all things is near. Right? This is Peter 2 speaking to, but even in our time, this can also be very true. Be of sound judgment, discern well,
Right.
and sober spirit for the purpose of prayer. So even in your prayer has to be purposeful.
Yeah.
Above all things, keep fervent in your love for one another, because love covers a multitude of sins.
But could you,
Okay? Say that again. Go for it.
No, that since you just said make your prayer meaningful.
Because
I
if
feel
you are of a sound judgment and sober spirit, you should be able to
Yeah.
pray diligently.
I mean, James makes it pretty clear too. He says, "You guys pray, but you guys pray for the wrong things."
Oh, you see, you took it out of me. You took it out of my mouth because I was just thinking. I feel like a lot of Christians pray for meaningless things. Went out for a second. Yeah, I feel a lot of Christians pray for meaningless things,
Right.
or things that shouldn't matter.
Exactly.
No, that's why I said I was like when they get let go of their jobs, they pray, and I'm just like, well, what are you praying for? You're praying for another higher pay, for a higher pay, or another job? Like, what are you praying for? Like, clearly right there in that verse it says, if you're gonna pray with purpose.
Yeah, that's what it says there.
It's
Yeah.
got to make sense.
Sober spirit for the purpose
Yes.
of prayer. Why for the purpose of prayer? Because if you're not in sound judgment or sober spirit, you're going to just speak nonsense in your prayer.
Yeah.
It's for the purpose of prayer because you have a clear mind.
Mm-hmm.
You can discern
Yeah.
your spirit is sober.
Right.
And we can dive into that in other podcasts, what that actually means.
Yeah.
But in order to make a prayer, you have to have a clear mind.
Absolutely.
You can't let your thoughts run or your mind run amok. What that means is like just spin.
Yes.
Go too fast.
Exactly.
I realized like how meaningless some prayers can be. Like, for instance, I remember an old Catholic friend of mine. He said, well, at least when he used to go out and party, go to bars, clubs with his friends, he would say he needed to be in the right mindset spiritually to go out to a bar. And he said he would pray before going out to the bars or clubs. I'm like, I never heard anything like that. Like, so, that's when I realized, wow, so people actually pray for things that make no sense.
I don't even know how to react to that.
Me neither, bro. You just blew my mind.
I'm sure people have prayed for crazier things.
You're still blowing my mind.
I'm sorry. That's crazy.
But you could definitely believe
Definitely
that
can't make this up.
Nah, man.
You can't make it up.
Yo,
But I'm
I
sure.
wish this was a joke. I wish. Yeah.
Oh man, so
I'm sure there are people who have prayed for more meaningless things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I mean, as you know, you know, like the takeaway here is, as a believer, all you need to know is that our lives are different. They're not the same like the secular world as much as we want. If God decides to present something that he will use like a vehicle, if you will,
Yes.
for you to do his will in the kingdom, that's it. The purpose of it is to make known to the souls so that they can be guided.
Yeah.
Right. So the Spirit of God, the Lord will guide them to Christ. We can't save them. It's
Exactly.
God that saves them.
Exactly.
Right.
Our job is to just be vessels,
Yes.
overseers, watchmen, healers, whatever that may be, the deeper we go with God. And so don't build that tower.
Yes. And surrender all your possessions.
Seek God diligently, right?
Right. I guess either you just knock that tower down or just don't, just leave it.
And be clear-minded or sound of judgment, sober in spirit, so that your prayer
Can be meaningful.
be meaningful. Thank you,
Wow.
Diego, for being here with us. It was a great pleasure.
Oh no, thank you for you guys having me.
Yeah, of course.
Once again, definitely it was a.
We're gonna have many others coming in.
Yeah, man,
to
absolutely.
join the conversation.
Oh, I would
Absolutely.
definitely love to have more guests. I mean, I would definitely love to not be the only guest.
No,
next
no,
time.
of course.
Definitely, I would love to be around maybe some other guests next time.
Of course.
Around,
So we're gonna close it with a prayer. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Father, for this opportunity, for bringing us together to talk about the challenges that believers go through, even we go through at whatever level that we're in that walk with you, and that you always have mercy upon us, and that you always lead us away from temptation and help us forgive those, so that you forgive us, right? And your name be glorified above all things, and that your name be blessed above all things, and that tonight we have a blessing night, and that we go to sleep in peace. May the Holy Spirit be with us, protect us today, and tomorrow will be another day, because tomorrow has its own worries. Amen. Thank you, guys. Until next time, follow us, subscribe, and till the next time, guys.